Operations on algebraic fractions. Operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Today we will study addition and subtraction, adding and subtracting two algebraic fractions. The steps of adding or subtracting or multiplying or division is: first step, factorize. After that, write the common domain of the two fractions you add or subtract or multiplying or division. And after that, simplify, put in simplest form. After that, do the operation. Example 1, find in simplest form showing its domain. N of x equal x power 2 plus 3x over x power 2 plus 4x plus 3 plus x minus 5 over x power 2 minus 4x minus 5. Factorize. First step, factorize. X power 2 plus 3x, you can take x common factor, and in the bracket x plus 3. In the denominator, open two brackets, x power 2, x and x. And we want two numbers, their product 3 and their sum 4, their 3 times 1. And the sign are similar. Plus, x minus 5 is simplest, over two brackets, x power 2 minus 4x minus 5, this is trinomial, factorize it, x power 2, x and x. The two signs are different because the last term is negative. And 5 equal 5 times 1. And put the sign of the middle term beside the greater number. Second step, write the domain. Write the common domain. The common domain equal R difference, negative 3, negative 1, and 5. Now simplify. Cancel the common bracket. The common bracket in the first fraction is x plus 3. Then cancel it from up and down. In the second bracket, cancel the common bracket. The common bracket is x minus 5. Then now n of x in simplest form equal x over x plus 1 plus 1 over x plus 1. Now the two denominators are the same. And when you add two fractions of the same denominator, then drop the same denominator and add the numerators only. This when the two denominators are equal. Then write the same denominator, x plus 1, and add the two numerators. The two numerators also x plus 1. Then we can cancel x plus 1 over x plus 1, and the final result equals 1. Another example. N of x equal x minus 1 over x power 2 minus x minus x minus 3 over x power 2 plus 6 minus 5x. In the first fraction, x minus 1 is simplest form. You will not factorize, then write it again, x minus 1. In the denominator, x power 2 minus x. Then take x common factor, and in the bracket, x power 2 divided x equal x minus x divided x equal 1. Minus x minus 3 is also in simplest form, over x power 2 plus 6 minus 5x. This expression is not arranged. Then you must arrange it before factorization. Factorize it first. Arrange it first, sorry. Arrange. Then it will be x power 2 minus 5x plus 6. Now factorize it. Factorize x power 2 minus 5x plus 6. Factorization will be x minus 2 and x minus 3. Now write the common domain. The common domain are difference. You take x as common factor in the first denominator, then write it 0. And in the first bracket x minus 1, then write 1. X minus 2, write 2. X minus 3, write 3. This is the common domain of the two fractions. Now simplify, now cancel. This is the removing step. This is a step. You cancel numerators from the numerator and denominator, the common brackets. Then cancel x minus 1 with x minus 1 from the first bracket, from the first fraction, x minus 3 with x minus 3 from the second fraction. Then from the first fraction will be, after cancel, 1 over x, minus the second fraction will be 1 over x minus 2. Now the two denominators are equal. Two denominators are equal like example 1? No. Then the two denominators are different. Then we multiply, when the two denominators are different, multiply the two denominators, x times x minus 2, and make cross multiplication. 1 times x minus 2 equal x minus 2 minus 1 times x equal x. Now x and negative x from the numerator cancelled, then it will be negative 2 over x times x minus 2. Number 3, 10x minus 10 over 2x power 2 minus 2x minus 12 plus x power 2 minus 2x minus 15 over x power 2 minus 9. First step, factorize. Factorize the numerator and denominator of each fraction. 10x minus 10. Then we take 10 as common factor. And the rest equal will be x minus 1. Or the result after taking 10 common factor. And from the denominator, 2x power 2 minus 2x minus 12. 12. Then you can take 2 as common factor. 2x power 2 divided 2 equal x power 2 minus 2x divided 2 equal x minus 12 divided 2 equal 6. And this bracket, you will factorize it again. X power 2 minus x minus 6, factorize it again. Plus the second fraction, x power 2 minus 2x minus 15, factorize x plus 3 times x minus 5 over x power 2 minus 9. This is difference between two squares. It will be x plus 3 over x minus 3. Now we will write the domain. The domain equal our difference, the set of zeros of the denominator. Then the set of zeros of the denominators is 3, negative 2, negative 3, and 3. But we wrote 3, then don't write it again. After that, simplify. Simplify 10 and 2. 10 divided 2 equal 5, and 2 divided 2 equal 1. And from the first fraction, no common factors or no common brackets between the numerator and denominator. And in the other fraction, cancel x plus 3 with x plus 3. Then it will be 5 times x minus 1 over x minus 3 times x plus 2 plus x minus 5 over x minus 3. Now the two denominators are also different. Then which is the greatest denominator? Which denominator contain more brackets? Yes, the first. Then this is the lowest common multiple of the two denominators, LCM of the two denominators. Then take the greatest denominator, because x minus 3 is repeated in the two denominators. But in the first bracket, x minus 3 times x plus 2, then this is the greatest denominator. يعني the denominator الأكبر اللي فيه brackets أكتر هو ده اللي تكتبه في الريزلت. في الفراكشن اللي هتكتبه في الريزلت ده الدينومينيتور اللي هتكتبه اللي فيه brackets أكتر. بس يكون لازم عشان تاخد الدينومينيتور الأكبر ده لازم يكون فيه براكت متكرر في الدينومينيتور التاني. اتفقنا؟ يبقى احنا دلوقتي عندنا x minus 3 times x plus 2 و x minus 3. لاحظين ان x minus 3 اتكررت. يبقى هاخد انهي دينومينيتور اكتبه بالظبط اللي فيه براكتس اكتر. خلاص؟ طيب x minus 3 times x plus 2 هنكتبه x minus 3 times x plus 2 هو ده اللي هيكون الدينومينيتور اللي هكتبه في الفاينل ريزلت. تمام. نيجي نشوف تاني. كتبنا الدينومينيتور خلاص وعرفنا الدينومينيتور. نبص بقى في النيوميريتور. النيوميريتور اللي هو فوق الدينومينيتور اللي انا خدته ده نكتبه تاني. لحد كده مفيش اي مشاكل. طيب المسألة كانت بلس مش كده؟ يبقى اكتب بلس. اجي بقى هنا للفراكشن التاني اللي كان فيه في الدينومينيتورز براكت اقل. اكتب نفس البراكت اللي هو كان في النيوميريتور كتبته. واكتب ايه كمان؟ اكتب البراكت اللي ما كانش موجود في الدينومينيتور اللي هو x plus 2 كمان واعملهم تايمز. لحد كده تمام. طيب نيجي بقى نفك البراكتس دي كلها. هيبقى 5 times x 5x minus 5 times 1 5 plus هنعمل التو براكتس دول تايمز x times x باور 2 نيجاتيف 5 times x نيجاتيف 5x x times 2 بوزيتيف 2x نيجاتيف 5 times بوزيتيف 2 equal نيجاتيف 10. طيب نشوف تاني هنلاقي ان في 5x ونيجاتيف 5x نعمل فيهم ايه؟ كانسل. تمام. ونبدأ بقى نعمل arrange للتيرمز اللي انا هكتبهم. هبدأ بمين طبعا؟ بx باور 2. طب في x باور 2 تانية زيها؟ لا، يبقى هنزل x باور 2 بس. after بعد كده 2x في like term لل 2x مش لاقي، يبقى اكتب 2x بس. طب نيجاتيف 5 ونيجاتيف 10 دول like terms؟ يس. يبقى نيجاتيف 5 plus نيجاتيف 10 equals نيجاتيف 15 over the same denominator. In the numerator trinomial, can you factorize it? Yes, because it's trinomial. 3 terms, 2 brackets, x power 2x and x. Negative 15 is positive 5 and negative 3. And we put positive beside 5 because the greatest number takes the sign of the middle number, of the middle term. Okay? Over the same denominator. Now we notice that x minus 3 in the numerator and x minus 3 in the denominator cancel. Then the final result is what? X plus 5 over x plus 2, and this is the simplest form. Okay, another one. X plus 1 over x power 2 minus 2x minus 3 minus 4x minus 7 over 2x power 2 minus 7x plus 3. First step is what? Yes, factorize. Factorization. Factorize all expressions in the numerator and denominator, if you can. In the first fraction x plus 1 is simplest, then write x plus 1. In the denominator, this is trinomial, x power 2 minus 2x minus 3, factorize. Factorized what? X power 2x and x, and the 3 equal 3 times 1, positive negative, because the sign of the last term is negative. Minus 4x minus 7 over 2x minus 1 times x minus 3. 2x power 2 is 2x and x 3 is 1 times 3. And now the domain is what? Are different the set of zeros of the denominator. Look to the denominators. The set of zeros of denominator here positive 1, it will be in the set of zeros negative 1. Negative 3 will be positive 3. 2x minus 1, when you put 2x minus 1 equals 0, you will find that x equal half. X minus 3 then x equal 3, and we wrote x equal 3. Now the step now is what? Yes, simplify or remove the common brackets. Cancel x plus 1 with x plus 1. In the other fraction, in the second fraction, we can't cancel anything. Then in the first fraction, 1 over x minus 3 minus 4x minus 7 over 2x minus 1 times x minus 3. Now the two denominators are equal. Two denominators down equal? No. Then we write the lowest common multiple of the denominator. What is the lowest common? Yes, the denominator which contain more brackets. يعني الدينومينيتور اللي فيه brackets أكتر. طيب هل ده دايما؟ لا. طالما امتى اخد الدينومينيتور اللي فيه brackets أكتر؟ لما يكون في bracket متكرر فيهم. وانا شايف ان x minus 3 هنا في الفيرست fraction و x minus 3 في السكند fraction. يبقى انهي denominator اللي هينزل في الريزلت؟ يبقى الدينومينيتور اللي فيه brackets اكتر اللي هو 2x minus 1 times x minus 3. طيب خدنا 2x minus 1 times x minus 3 ونزلناه في الريزلت. نيجي نشوف بقى هنكتب ايه في النيوميريتور. هل الفيرست فراكشن كان هو الدينومينيتور اللي انا كتبته؟ لا. يبقى هنكتب ايه في براكت ناقص اللي هو 2x minus 1. يبقى 2x minus 1 ده اعمل له تايمز النيوميريتور الجديد اللي هو 1. 2x minus 1 times 1 ب 2x minus 1 ماينس. نلاقي ان السكند فراكشن الدينومينيتور هو بالظبط الدينومينيتور اللي انا كاتبه 2x minus 1 times x minus 3. يبقى هننزل نفس النيوميريتور بتاعه. خلاص؟ 2x minus 1 ماينس. الماينس دي بقى تخش على البراكت ده هتغير كل الساين اللي فيه. فخلي بالي من مسائل الماينس كويس قوي. هيبقى ماينس 4x والماينس هتخش على النيجاتيف 7 هتكون ايه؟ بوزيتيف 7 لان النيجاتيف تايمز بوزيتيف ايكوال نيجاتيف but negative times negative equal positive 7 over 2x minus 1 times x minus 3. In the numerator there are like terms. 2x minus 4x negative 2x and negative 1 plus 7 equals 6 over the same denominator. From the numerator, can we factorize? Yes. We can take negative 2 common factor. When we take negative 2 common factor, the first term will be x and the second term will be negative 3. Then x minus 3 cancel with x minus 3. Then it will be negative 2 over 2x minus 1. طيب آخر المسألة دي عايزكم بقى أنتوا تحلوها لوحدكم كده، تحاولوا تحلوها والانسر مكتوبه اهي. حاول تحلها من غير ما تبص في الانسر وتشوف انت فهمت ولا ما فهمتش. ولو ما فهمتش بص على الستبس اللي موجوده وحاول تحلها مره كمان.